So you've probably just completed the main storyline of Starfield, and you're wondering, should I go ahead and take the leap to start New Game Plus? Well, hopefully this video will show you some of the advantages and disadvantages of New Game Plus, with everything you keep and lose in the process. Hello and welcome back to the Gar YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Gar and I upload YouTube videos once every 2 weeks about different video games. And today we are playing Starfield once again. In this video, we're going to be experiencing New Game Plus and show you some of the disadvantages and advantages to going into your New Game Plus kind of storyline or game mode or your next playthrough almost. So let's go ahead and put some spoilers down right now. I'm not going to spoil the main storyline. There will be some spoilers from the main storyline, so if you don't want to hear them and you haven't got to the end of the campaign yet, please do go ahead and click off this video. I do not want to spoil it. So you have been warned and your option to leave is 9. If you don't, then you're going to hear some spoilers from the storyline. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil everything that happens underneath the main storyline. So anything building up to kind of the end game part is going to be kept as secret as I possibly can. But of course, we're going to be spoiling the end, which is kind of a key part to the main storyline as it is. So again, I've already given you a spoiler. If you haven't left yet, this is your final warning, and then we're going to kick off. Now, once you've seen the final cinematic of the game, which is just time and space kind of going around you and you kind of seeing the bigger picture and you seeing the credits from Bethesda Studios, you are pinged into your new universe, which is New Game Plus, and presented with this screen, which is you are basically a Starborn now who has touched the infinite, and of course you have gone through Unity. So basically this is your new beginning. So you have lost all of your possessions, and this is where the perks and disadvantages will come into it. Let's start off with the disadvantages, because I like getting the negatives out of the way first. So first disadvantage is you lose all of your equipment, including the credits that you had. So if you had 1 million, 2 million, 3 million credits, you had loads of gear, which strong weapons, strong armor, whatever it may be, you lose that. It's completely gone. You do not retain any of that if you go into New Game Plus. And this is every time you do New Game Plus, you lose all of the armor you built up within that universe, and it stays with you in that other universe. To add another kind of disadvantage is you lose all of the ships that you owned. There is no other things apart from the frontier you gained right at the right start of the game. Number 3 is you in fact lose all your outposts, all of your houses, all of the relationships that you had built up, including the factions you had joined. So you're no longer part of the Crimson Fleet, no longer part of Ryujin Industries, you're no longer part of any of those factions or organizations within the game. That is your old life, your old story has been done, it's been written off, and that is the end of that. Including with your outposts and your houses. That money you pumped into there to building your outpost, building your house, how it looks. You built that, which is all gone now. You spent loads of effort, loads of time building a system, and it is now all gone due to New Game Plus. That is the majority of the disadvantage of New Game Plus. You lose everything. One of the perks is, as you can see, we are now in a Starborn ship, which of course we become a Starborn because we become one of the Unity now. We've quit our old universe. We're now in our new planet, our new universe, our new space and time continuum, and we have gained the rank of Starborn, which we have now got our own Starborn ship. As you saw when I flicked into the ship builder or the ship selector, we have a Starborn Guardian. As you go through more game pluses, aka game plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get better ships as you go through those. So as you collect more of the artifacts and go through more unities, you will get better ships and better stuff. Also, you get yourself a Starborn outfit. As you can see, we have a Starborn spacesuit Astra, which has some perks, good thermal, airborne, corrosive and radiation protection, as well as physical energy and electromagnetic damage protection. So it's quite a good suit, but there is better suits out there, such as bounty hunter suits, which you can wear over this Starborn suit. It does look cool, this suit does, and it does look sleek and slim, so I can't complain too much about this suit. Another thing you keep is your levels. Your levels will stay as they are. And of course, your skill tree will still be built out. There'll be no skills that you'll have to reinvest. They will all be as you can see here. So you do not lose your skills that you have invested in, as well as the powers you've gained. Depending on what powers, what temples you've discovered, you can, of course, keep your powers from the previous life, because that is something that sticks with you rather than a kind of a material object like a weapon or an outfit. Of course, you can power up these. I think you can power them up 10 times. In each gameplay plus or new game plus, you can go to temples and you can obtain these powers again to level them up. So you can level them up 10 times, which obviously there's 10 game plus modes. And then once you go through each of your game pluses and unities, you can increase your power that you have on each of them. So whatever's your favorite, you can level it up where it becomes more stronger or more efficient depending on what the power does. But the things that you retain, that is pretty much it. What are the gameplay mechanics that are good and bad about this? Well, you indeed can restart the main storyline if you want to, or we can skip to the part where you basically explain you're a Starborn, you've done this before, and you go ahead and collect the artifacts again, where you have to rebuild them again within this ship and go through the Unity again. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite repetitive. You just go and collect the artifacts, fight the people you need to fight, defeat them, and get the Unity once more. So that's pretty much it. You can play a kind of a higher power character within this playthrough, a Starborn playthrough. And then the second is, as you meet people, they kind of treat you differently. And what I mean by differently is they don't treat you like you're a human being or a being exact. They treat you more as a alien or an extraterrestrial or even a god type being, where they recognize your powers or they recognize what you're wearing, give you the cold shoulder, to be brutally honest. Is it worth it? What is my opinion on New Game Plus? If you've done everything you need to do, you've done all the storylines, you've done all the side quests, you've done all the mini missions, you've got everything you need, you've built everything you've done, and there's not really much else for you to do. You're not really enjoying your current game through. You don't really care about the dungeons or the new planets you're discovering, even though there's loads of them, and that's all a bit tiring and boring for you. Then I would recommend going ahead and starting New Game Plus. Give yourself a fresh start, give yourself a new perspective that these characters will look at you in, to give it a bit more of a deeper meaning, to see, right, I've wiped my slate, everything's clean, everything's new and fresh, let's go ahead and start this new game. But if you're not getting bored, don't upgrade, don't change, don't do anything, because you won't need to. What's the point? If you do that, you're just wasting the stuff that you've earned, the stuff you've built, the stuff you've obtained, and it's not going to be beneficial to you at all. Realistically, with the advantages and disadvantages of how much you lose, how much you gain, and the ship you gain, the armor you gain, and all that stuff, I would say no. I don't think it's worth it. But it's worth it to some people that have a reason to do it, aka they are bored of their current playthrough and they want a different style of roleplay, aka a higher being such as the Starborn. But for me, I definitely won't be continuing in this New Game Plus universe for any time soon. So I will be rolling this back to an older save where I will have my old weapons, my old ships, everything I've made and built. I will be obtaining that and continuing with different storylines and different faction quests within the Starfield universe. Anyway, I know this is not the usual video you see from me. Usually you see ship building and character building and roleplay building, but this is kind of a roleplay aspect that you need to take into account when playing Starfield. And if you're still on the fence about New Game Plus, then maybe this video has helped you out. At the end of the day, it's just my opinion, and I'd want to know your opinions in the comment section below of what you feel about New Game Plus. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Are the things and the reasons I've given in this video, will it apply to you? Will they apply to other players? Do you think they're valid or not? Anyway, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this different video. I'll be back again in 2 weeks with a similar video like my older ones. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.